Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chair Yoga and Meditation. Glad to have you here. Well, we'll begin as we usually do with some kind of transitional practice, something that we are intentional about making this adjustment into our class. I just find it really important to honor that about ourselves, about the need for that. When we rush from one thing to the other, we have unfinished business, kind of like, it's like we never really wrapped up what we were doing and had a full good start on something new. I remember hearing that from a good friend of mine way back in the days when we were raising little kids. She had the wisdom to know when her child was kind of misbehaving, if you will. She always knew to attribute that. Well, he's just transitioning. He's just making, and I thought, boy, that was wise. That was a good one. So I've kind of kept it with me. All right. So find your good sit. Find that way that feels like you are using good alignment in your body. You're changing the intentionality about it, about the way you're holding yourself, coming forward on the chair so you're not relying on the backrest. And it just helps you to remember to start to use and fire up the core strength of your body, that you're not leaning into something else for that. You're going to use your own core strength. Press your feet to the floor as you begin that process so you really feel this idea of connecting to the earth, that you're really feeling some way that you're grounding yourself, and that can translate hopefully to some sort of way to connect to the earth. Squeezing that block between the thighs, I highly recommend it. It's still my go-to. I'll probably never let that one go. In even my own personal practice, I use the block constantly. It's just a reminder of engagement, to bring that block in and squeeze in toward it, engages some pretty important muscles in the inner thighs and well into the perineum that we don't want to overlook as we're toning the body and bringing ourselves into right alignment. So closing your eyes when you feel comfortable with that. And let's just count the breath. Just start to notice your breath and count how long it takes you to take a full inhale. Even I would suggest you try breathing in through your nose, but if that's just not the way you typically do, or even the direction to isolate the breath through the nostrils sort of is off-putting, it feels kind of claustrophobic in some way, just breathe the way you need to breathe. But feel how long it takes. And remember, there's no wrong answer. You're just genuinely trying to figure out how long does it take me to take a full breath in. And then when you turn around to the exhale, try to match it, but work toward lengthening it. Work toward the inhale is what it is, and keep counting. Keep using the numbers for a while, because that's just another great tool to transition with more awareness into that breath. And then start working toward a longer exhale. I like to inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth, but it's not this big push. It's just a letting the breath move through the mouth very, comfortably, easily. And it seems like I like the direction of it through the mouth because it's sort of focused, so I can count my way out of it in a more focused way. That's just sort of the imagery that I use. So like I said, stay with the counting as long as you can make yourself do it. That you're just counting as a technique. You're using it. It's intentional, so that it'll round you up. So it will bring you fully aware of this present moment. You've used it as a transition technique. And see if you can notice in between all that how your body feels as a result of this practice, as a result of this inhale and longer exhale, how that has translated into how you generally feel in your body. Because there is usually a settling in, a regulating that occurs. Let's trust now that that breath has found its way into ourselves as a normal rhythm, that we're going to breathe that way and we don't need to count it out. But keep your eyes closed, stay aware of your breath, keep noticing it, curious about how that is. Now that I'm not counting, I wonder if it's going to behave itself. So just keep paying attention to the breath, but you don't necessarily need to count it out anymore. You're going to trust that. Flip your hands if you haven't done so already. Turn your hands so palms are open on your lap and stretch them open. Spread your fingers apart. Lay open your palms a little more so. So it feels, again, more intentional. Even squeeze your elbows in towards your waist. So a little more intentionality about this mudra of receptivity, opening your hands as a way to recall that we are here to receive. You are here to receive the benefits and the blessings of this practice. And there are many. So be on the lookout. I try to name some things that have always impressed me about a yoga practice, but the list is endless. And I'm sure there are things that show up for you all the time that you rely on and you are blessed by. Let's just change our breath awareness to simply a full breath in and a full breath out. Coach yourself with those words, full breath in, followed by a full breath out. Feel the expansion of your belly. Feel the expansion of your whole chest cavity when you take that full breath in. It's big and it's deep. It's wide. It's not throaty. It's all the way through the body. I mean, certainly through the trunk of the body. You are your best coach. So remember to use that language, kind inner self-talk as you do your practice today. Beautiful. Let's flutter the eyes open. Get used to the room with the eyes open. Take a big breath in with me. Bring palms together overhead. Stretch your arms so there's as little bend in the elbow as you can do. Just let's hold that, our inhale and exhale now as we're stretching ourselves up, straightening out the arms best we can. Palms are coming together. Take your inhale with me and exhale, open the heart. Just bend those elbows like a W shape. Inhale together with the palms. Exhale, open the heart. And again, coaching yourself through that. Open my heart. Can you feel your shoulder blades moving? We're going to warm them up, loosen them up. As you do this, I'll bet you can really bring some additional awareness into your legs by pushing your feet down a little more firmly. Exhale, open the heart. And then when you are ready for your inhale, let's just push out. You have very flexed wrists now. Your fingertips are reaching up. Try to spread your fingers apart. And again, spread your palm apart, pushing out. So it's very active. It's not just held in that way. It's always pushing through the length of both arms. And those hands and wrists are very flexed. Keep breathing. Squeeze that block. Now lean into the imaginary wall. Make sure your head did not pull forward. Bring the back of your head back just a bit. Just do it anyway, even if you think, no, I'm always pretty good about that. Try it anyway. Bring your back of your head back just a bit. One more good breath, pushing, spreading your hands. Good. And then sweep your hands so that now the palms face up, thumbs are pointing behind you. Very big rotation in your arm bones. Got to do it. And then we're going to flip the hands so palms face forward and create a diagonal line. So you got to look, you got to make sure your arms are in a single plane. Too often I see it that the lower arm is way back. So be intentional about it. So your arms are in a single plane. Take a look at the hand that's reaching up. Turn your head as well, not just your eyeballs. So that this can be a way that we're introducing a little stretching for the neck or just a little inquiry. How is my neck today? What kind of range of motion am I experiencing right now? Deepen the breath. Keep your arms the same. Let's turn our head the other way now. Go slowly. Adjusting now so your neck can turn, and you're just investigating. What's it feel like? What kind of range of movement? Deepen the breath. Let's bring our head back to neutral and open the arms in a T, but palms are still facing forward. Big open. I'm really arching through the back body. Close it up by rounding through the back body like you're doing the cat curl. So opening up looks a lot like and feels like the cow pose, and then rounding. So keep going. It's like we're using our eagle arms to take flight, and we're moving through the spine as well. Open it up, release those arms slowly so that they land alongside the frame of the chair, and you're kind of feeling the letting go, given that for a while there, you're holding your arms, extending them, and they get tired. Take a little moment now. Let's do some shoulder rolls. And change the direction whenever you want. So keep working it. You're doing both directions at your own discretion, when it feels right. And for me, my head wants to move. When I'm doing shoulder rolls, I'm also kind of moving my head, helping the neck stretch out in this process. All right, inhale with me, palms will be together. Exhale, open the heart. Keep going. Next time you're opening your heart, we bend those elbows and we push out. Again, we have very flexed wrists and hands. I don't know about you, but mine feel different already. Like they kind of got warmed up the first go around. This doesn't seem nearly as much as it did the first time. Push. Hold yourself up. Remember, get your head back there. Get it back. Flip your hands so palms face up and your thumb is pointing behind you. And then flip them so the palms face forward, and we can create the new diagonal line. So you have to make sure your arms are in a single plane. So it should be the different angle. Forgive me if I'm doing the same one. I can't be trusted. So you're doing the opposite way. And we start with the look up, breathing in and out and noticing and trying to loosen up, trying to let go. If there's some blockage or tension that maybe you have some say so about, and you could release some of that. Nice and tall, press your feet so you feel like you're still holding yourself really well. We're going to move the other way. So the arms stay the same. Our head turns, our glance turns. We're going to look the other way to see how it feels on this side. Any movement your head and neck want to do, that's welcome. It's welcome. Let's come back to sort of the eagle wing. So open that wide and then close it up with your exhale. Open it wide as you inhale. Close it up as you exhale. And let's bring the arms all the way down alongside the frame of the chair. Now, I want to do a cat-cow series that I don't think we've done before because it's a very different breath practice. It's a breath practice but we've never associated it with this cat and cow movement. It's the Durga breath. Remember the breath where we take three big inhales, 3 layers of inhale before we call it quits, and that's our inhale. And then the exhale comes fully out. Think of that now as remember how when we're doing our cow pose, that's the inhalation. Inhale, inhale, inhale more. Exhale, hands land, pull belly in, full exhalation. So see if you can find that Durga breath, the 3-part breath to guide you through your cow pose, and then find your way on the exhale to squeezing the block and lifting through the perineum. I know there's lots to do, but I know you can handle it. There's lots of intention here that you can capture. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You're doing your best to take 3 big inhales, to really expand, And then on the exhale, you're squeezing that block and trying to lift up through the perineum. So it's going to take a long exhale too, isn't it? It's just going to take a long exhale because you've got stuff to do. Inhale, inhale, exhale some more. Then you come into the exhale and you squeeze and you lift. Let's do two more, the whole thing twice. Beautiful. And again, let's do some shoulder rolls. Change the direction of your shoulder rolls anytime you want to. Hands can be on the lap or not, because it does change things a bit. When you have your arms alongside the frame of the chair, it does make it a little more effort. I'm going to lose the block for the time being, setting it under the chair and taking a little wider stance. Now, I want you to start with moving your pelvis around, just the pelvis. Remind yourself of how that feels when you're doing the hula hoop. You can feel your pelvic bowl moving around, and you can maybe feel that in the low back is how it starts to wake that up. And it's a lot of it is the mind body connection, to believe that you have that connection to move just your pelvis. So keep working on that. Trusting maybe it's not perfect, but you're working on it. You're trying your best to connect your mind's direction into the pelvis to circle around. Now let's change the direction so we feel like we've kind of covered our bases, loosened it up. Try to notice what else moves, just for information, not like, oh, that was wrong. Was that wrong? No, just for information. You're just curious about it. All right, now let's hold our arms like this. I think of this as a Russian dance. I don't know why, but so I've got a hold of my elbows with my hands. So I've just brought my arms out there. Now I want you to do that. Remember how we used to do this circular movement? We included the upper body very dramatically. So we're going to do it, the same pelvic movement, but now we've kind of tamed the arms. The arms have to be a certain way. And you can almost draw a circle with them. And you're keeping your arms held in a single plane. So just the coordination that this requires, the more specificity and experience. It's not just loosey-goosey. You got to be a little more intentional about it. Let's change the direction of the way we were circling. Notice your breath. Don't hold it. You need a full breath. Breathe any way you need to so it feels strong and supportive. Arms are held in a single plane. Beautiful. Let's see if we could lift up. I can't hold on my elbows anymore. Maybe I could. Yeah, I guess I can. If you can hold on to the elbows, great. If not, just hold some part, because you're not going to duck. We're not going to put our arms up here and then somehow let our head come way forward. You got to get your head back against that imaginary wall for sure. And let's tick-tock a little bit. Press your feet. I think it helps to have a wider base like this, to have our legs spread. I think that's going to help us with the side-to-side movement. Then notice your ears now. Try to notice how you're holding your head. And the way we're measuring that or determining how's my head is like, where are my ears? So your ears are facing that arm that's right up there. Tick-tock. Now hold it. Just land wherever you land on the side and hold that. And open up, expand through the side that we're leaning away from. That's the expanded side. I want you to breathe in that side. Breathe through that lung and breathe through that nostril. Your expanded side has your full attention, and you're going to use your imagination and your intention for just a few breaths through that side of the body, that lung, that nostril. Beautiful. We'll come back up. Now, if you need to relax your arms, let's just do that. Let's relax our arms for a minute before we go to side two. Any movement, reset. But then we'll come back to clasping and bringing ourselves into, it's like we frame our head. And then we're tick-tocking the other side now. Now the new side has expanded. And that's where we're going to breathe. We're going to breathe through that lung, through that nostril. Pay attention to how you're holding your head because you don't want your neck to suffer in any pose. We're not going to just put ourselves in a place that says, well, yeah, it was a nice side stretch, but boy, did I get a neck ache out of the deal. No, hold your head in a way that is supportive. There's no strain. There's no strain in the neck. We're not putting up with that. One more breath through this side of the nostril and lung. When we come back up, we'll take that out, just kind of unwrap it all. Arms come down alongside the frame of the chair, and down we go. Let's hold on to the chair a bit. Just hold on and start stepping. Take a big hop. We're a very flexed foot, so it's not this ragdoll foot that you're moving. It's an active foot. And you notice I'm going every time. We're not staying with one step and then working on the other side. Not this time. We're going to step across and change the direction every time. Hold yourself upright. Notice your breath because we can go shallow here because we're focusing on this. So make sure that the breath still feels strong and big. We're going to meet for a twist. So let's bring legs together. Get your feet real close to your chair leg. And notice that you're still facing forward. Your shoulders are still squared away center. You didn't turn your whole body along with your legs. Your legs went off center, but your trunk of your body is still very much focused in the front. So I'm going to say, let's take a sweeping action of the arms. So we're turning the opposite way of the way our knees are going. That's kind of our formula for twist at this class. Trying to create verticality of the spine rather than leaning. You're sort of noticing if you're balanced in your pelvis. You're not leaning on one butt cheek more so than the other. And it's a work in progress. We come into the shape of the twist, but deepening it is a work in progress. We got to breathe our way in, let the body adjust, open up, gradually opens up to a deeper twist. Pay attention to how, the invitation to turn your head, how you doing with that? You're not going to force it, but you are going to invite. I'm using my chair in a most very supportive way. I'm kind of liking it. I got my elbow wedged into the back of the chair. It's kind of giving me a nice little leverage there. I like it. Let's turn the head out of there. Keep breathing. Release your arms and your shoulders. Take that wide stance again. Let's bring ourselves back here and circle that out. Change the direction. Hold on to the chair. We're going to go back to hopping from side to side. You don't have to hold on the chair. It's just kind of a nice stabilizing way. You can put your hands at your waist. Okay, we're going to take side two for the twist. So we're this direction. Bring your feet close to the chair's leg. Balance in the pelvis. Let's take a sweeping move of the arms. And set it up. Legs stay drawing toward each other. You're kind of squeezing your thighs toward each other. Feet to the floor. Balancing in the pelvis. Inviting the turn of the head if your neck is agreeable. And deepening the breath, of course. Using the breath to fuel all of that. All of what we do, we fuel it with the mindful breath. Might be noisy. It's okay. And you might start over. You might think, yeah, I don't like the way that feels. I got to start over. I'm going to set it up again. One more deep breath. And then we'll just turn the head out. So keep your body in the twist, but turn your head out of it. And then the shoulders and the arms. And then we're going to take our wide stance, very wide, and take a forward fold now. Let's fold through between our legs. Shoulders are between your legs, and you're touching the floor, getting the head way down to look under the chair. And now we got to breathe through the belly. It's kind of the purpose of the fold is to get into the gut. So breathe in a way that is moving the belly. So belly breathing now. We won't be here long. We're upside down, I know. So just breathe in the belly and surrender to this fold. Very, very good. One hand at a time is going to come to your thighs. And then you can lift up halfway, squeeze your elbows into your waistline, and then start to arch your back so you can lift your chest, and that allows you to lift your face to face forward. I'm going to turn to the side so you can kind of get the idea of the shape we're looking at here. So you've got yourself only halfway up, but you lifted up your chest, so then you can lift your face to look out. Let's spread our arms away from us like wings might do. So now we're relying on the strength of our core, the muscles of the back, the leg strength, because you don't have a bracket of support that your arms provide. Great. Now let's let those wings carry us upright. Palms will be together again. Inhale here. Exhale, open your heart. Excellent. Let's take an open and close. So I'm just coming more to the goddess position. So make sure you're on the forward front of the chair, because if you're too far back, it'd be really hard. Inhale looks like that. Exhale, it brings everything together. I always feel there's a rocking. I don't know how you could do it without it. So that's how I'm kind of rocking a little bit to bring myself in and then open back up. But be really intentional, just for kicks. When you open it up, push the feet to the floor. So you're just for that brief second there, you've really connected to the ground. I think it makes a difference. It feels much more empowered. Let's just open the arms, but we kept the legs together. And you're going to create your scarecrow. So dropping the fingertips down, trying to relax around your neck, legs together like a mermaid leg, and just lift up and down. Find a nice rhythm so your breath is back to a nice rhythm that works for you. And you're moving according to your rhythm. Inhale, exhale, your rhythm. Good. Let's release those arms. I come from the scarecrow and down they go nice and slow. And just cross leg over top. So you're just going to bind your legs together for another twist. We turn toward the top leg. The top leg tells us which way to turn in our twist. Let's flex that foot just for the additional engagement. So it's not just hanging there, but you flexed it. Finish every breath. So they're good, strong breaths, helping you get deeper. Unwind the head, then the shoulders. We'll just simply switch. Bind it with a new leg on top. Flex that foot. Take your turn. Big belly breaths would be good here too. Twisting action is good for the gut. Unwind head and shoulders and come back to our neutral position. All right, just a little bit of movement through the legs and arms. Let's start with both arms up and kicking. So it's those straight arms, straight legs. Inhale, exhale, kick. It's a faster pace for the breath, at least mine is. But you, again, you're in charge of the pace. It matches your breath. Now let's just match up limbs. I'm going to put one arm down. So one pair of limbs is going to stay put while the other one is doing the kicking and matching up. Opposite limb, crossing through the body. Let's switch. Let's do it again now. We'll switch sides. Opposite limb, straight arm, straight leg. Just doing a few. And then we set it up to switch. Nice job, everybody. Both arms up, palms come together, look up. Exhale, bow at your own heart. Inhale, come up. Exhale, take your backstroke to come out of that. Let's do 2 more backstrokes. Inhale comes up. Exhale, way back and around. Big inhale up. Big exhale down. Remember this one, I want you to turn your palms up. I just have my elbows in. You don't need to turn. I just wanted you to see a different angle. So we just turned our palms up. Now make a fist there. Squeeze that in like you're doing a bicep curl. Squeezing in. Drop your hands. So now all of a sudden I switched it so my palms are down. So bicep curl, hands down. If you want to use your block, put between your legs so you feel more connected there, a little more purposeful. Sure, I get that. Strong bicep curl, and you release it. Here's the deal. Lots of joint activity here. Wrists, hands, elbows, and shoulders. Last time. Bicep curl. Let's push that out. Palms are pushing out, fingers are spread wide. Take a look at your right hand. Let's see how we're doing now that we move so much. How's the neck now that it feels different? And then, of course, you're looking the other way. A little looser, I bet, I hope. Come back to center, bringing your hands together for our inhale, our little sun salutation. Exhale, we bow at the heart. We inhale up, and we exhale all the way down. Let's get our block. That's going to help us get out of the chair. So you're going to lift your feet up and then your bottom up. So we're squeezing the block, lifting feet up and then the bottom. And just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Landing, obviously, squarely, paying attention. Okay, we're going to meet standing up. Put the block where you like it. I like it lower legs here. You might keep it right between your thighs. Up to you. Let's get real strong in the belly wall. Get real strong here and then offer a little bend of the knee. Back yourself up into that imaginary wall. Tuck that chin because the jawline should be parallel to the floor. We're not going to lift our head up. Arms turn so that the palms face forward. Oh yeah, let's look at the feet. Make sure they're straight. Make sure they're even. I'll bet we could use a little breather here. We'll catch up with your breath now. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. Check in with yourself. Check in with your psyche. How am I doing really? I'm hoping this feels like what makes me feel most alive. Feel pretty alive right now. One more full breath. Pay attention to the breath. Full body. Inhale up. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist. And then pull towards your right. side bend. But boy, with our legs together, this is a balance challenge, isn't it? Come back up, reach the palm toward the ceiling. That left palm is reaching toward the ceiling. Switch hands now. Right palm reaches up, your left hand grabs hold, and kind of pull that arm over top. Pay attention to how you're holding your head. Deepen the breath. And reach that palm up. Come back to neutral, and we're reaching the palm up. And then we'll release it all. Release both arms all the way down. Excellent. Let's lose the block. And I want to do a twisting action. And if you want to be placed behind your chair so you have something to touch, good choice. You do that. I want to stay visible. I'm going to trust this will work for me. So I've got parallel feet, not too much wider than my hips, but somewhat wider. And we're just going to tee our arms out. Actually, let's put the thumbs to face up. I don't know why, I just felt better. And so when we take our twist, we got to move our foot. The foot that you're turning toward, that you got to pivot on that heel. So now that your toes are facing in the same direction that you're facing. So I want you to see if you can bring that together overhead. Flip it so your new foot now moves so you can turn. Parallel feet. Keep going. And if you feel like the distance between your feet is not right, reset. We're not stuck with it. If we were too far apart or we would like something different, it just doesn't feel quite right, you're not stuck with it. You'll just change it. Finish it up so it feels like you did the same number on each side. And then we'll meet in the middle and do a side bend. So it's just going to keep one hand along the pant leg, the other arm very close to the head. Let's kind of start with that. Straight arm up. I've got my mitten hand on, my favorite position. And then we're just going to let that arm stay put. The side bend comes by wandering I can't say the word, this other side down into the contraction was the word I was looking for. We're contracting on this side, expanding on this side. All the way up. Let's switch. Down the pant leg. Keep your arm real strong and straight. So the contraction is what develops into this side bend. Beautiful stretch. Finish every exhale. That's going to really help you. Up. We're going to do the same thing. Just again, switching sides, same deal. Getting better at it. You might want to have a little bend of the knee. You don't need to lock your knees by any means. So if you want to introduce that. Coming up. Let's try this. This is a challenge. Both arms up. See if you can bring both arms to the side. Your arms are very close to your head. Palms facing each other. Try the new side. Same rules. Straight arms. Close to the head. Oh, yeah. Let's come back up. Palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Open your heart. Inhale. Palms together. Exhale. Open the heart. And all the way down. All right. I want to move through some of the gland opening. We do joint opening all the time, but that gland movement is the stuff that we've learned about lymphatic drainage. So let's do a few of those. Start by hopping. So you can keep your toes and balls of your feet down and just lift your heels up if that feels safe. And of course, if you're by the chair, you can always hold on to make sure you're feeling safe with that regard. I've come to really like a whole big hop, a real old, I get both feet up off the floor. I don't have anything connected. So it's a real big hop. It doesn't mean it's for everybody. It's just happened to be something I like to do. So the hop, that's a great way to, you can just imagine it, can't you? That you're allowing some drainage to happen in the body. And then now we're going to do that wave that you do at a sporting event or a concert. So it's your turn to do the wave. You lift up and then you kind of sit back down like you're squatting. Wave. So this can be done at a pace that just feels yummy for you, just right. Last one, lifting up. Now we're using those arms to just circle them around. Let's get a soft bend of the knee. Don't lock your knees. Change the direction of those arms. All right, little wider stance. And we're going to do some trunk twisting. So the same arms we did a little bit ago, where we keep our arms on a single plane. This time, though, heels are in, toes are out. So we can squat like that. And that is the idea. It is a squat. And I've just come to like mess around with what I'm doing with my arms. Twisting, though, is the idea. A squat and a twist. So you could just like find a little pattern, movement side to side. Twisting is the whole idea. But it's fun to kind of play with it. All right, good job, everybody. Let's relax out of that. Take a breath. Let's just find mountain pose. I got to find a Kleenex. Mountain pose. Catching up with the breath. While you do that, I'm going to position my chair in a way so that I have the back of it near me. All right. Another one is a little marching. So it's just a high knee, just like this. But what's different is where the lymph drainage comes in is some movement into the thighs. So it's like soft fists, and they're just coming into the thigh, outside and inside. And, you know, tap, tap, 101 thump, however you want to do it. There's all kinds of different ways it would be useful. It doesn't have to be a particular place on your thigh. There's many places that you can access the glands here. So you might tap it down. And I think this qualifies as a balance pose. Finish it up when you're ready, you're ready. And let's just wait it out, catch up with your breathing. Position of the chair is just for safety's sake. Again, you might like it right in front of you. I think that would be a good option for many of us, but I just don't like that in terms of the visual aid. So put it right in front of you if that works better. Remember the curtsy where we put one leg behind us? So we crisscrossed a leg behind us and we can bend the knees. It kind of resembles the old-fashioned curtsy. So see if you can find that action. And then we're going to hold it with those softly bent knees like the curtsy. The back heel is up if you can do that. So you're on the ball of the back foot. The back foot is what tells you which arm to raise. So that back arm, that back foot tells me this is the palm that's reaching up. And this could be your pose. You could have your chair somewhere that you're touching it. Or you could take that hand and grab hold of the wrist and stretch into a little deeper version of that. Remember to manage your head. You know, where do you want to look? How's this feel good in your neck? Or where does it feel powerful and just like expressive? Excellent. Let's come out of that step by step. I'm going to move the chair. I bet you don't need to. So the new curtsy. Just make sure you get it. You feel like, okay, yeah, I can balance. This too, I'm calling a balance pose. We're going to hold it then. So we got the heel up on that back leg, back foot, a little crisscross of the legs. New arm reaches up. It's the palm of the hand reaching up, not the fingertips. And you can hold the chair with your other hand, or you could just reach up or take that hand, hold onto the wrist, and then it's a little more expressive. There's a little more expansion. Full breath in and out. Excellent. Let's come on down. Take your time. Unwinding from that. And I'm going to just shake that out, jump it out, hop it out. Let's finish it up with some just traditional stretches. Hands at the back of the chair. We find our L-shaped stretch. Arms come right past the ears. We're creating a right angle with our body. Pull your chin in towards your throat. Make sure all of your foot feels like it's making an imprint, not just your heel. The whole foot, including your toes, making an imprint. Breathe deeply. So the length of the body, though, traditionally we refer to the length of the spine all the time. But I feel the length in this pose from armpit to hips and through the length of the arms. When we come out of it, we're going to walk toward the chair. Right foot steps forward, left foot stays back. Bend into your right knee, square your hips and shoulders toward the back of your chair so you feel very upright. One arm or both arms can lift up, palms face each other. You're in your mitten arms, hands again. And you can add a back bend, but that means your pelvis starts moving toward the chair and your arms kind of stay where they are, but you can feel the arch of your back. Any amount qualifies as a back bend. Excellent. Let's come back down. We're going to switch feet. New side, steps forward, bend into that knee, square your hips, square your shoulders. Find that imaginary wall. One hand or both. Deepen the breath. Feel your feet. Feel your way up the legs, into the hips, into the trunk, into your armpits and extended arms. Hands come back to the chair. Step forward. Shake it out, or some way of resetting the body. And of course, we're making our way now into our final relaxation, into Shavasana, meditation time. Drink of water. My little space got pretty warm. I don't know about yours. So, of course, I know you can do this without my coaching. Get yourself situated into your chair or whatever support you rely on in your home and your setting. Maybe you stretch out differently. But a favorite teacher of mine always says, remember, there's no such thing as kind of comfortable. Either are or you aren't. So make sure you don't settle for less. You are comfortable, very comfortable. No such thing as kind of. I'd like to lead you through the loving kindness meditation today. It's a prayerful meditation. I love it for a lot of different reasons, but I love it for its universality because it is used quite literally all throughout the world in this very similar format. There has been much research done with this very meditation practice to see how it affects a person's well-being. So there's all sorts of measurements that have been taken about the regulating the nervous system and brain activity. You name it, they've researched it. And in all accounts, this has come, the results are in that this is a very powerful and beneficial meditation indeed. So starting to notice, of course, that your breath has slowed down, less movement. Your body will immediately start to adjust and the breath will slow down, and you're going to capitalize on that. You're going to join in that experience, slowing down the breath, participating in that. I think it's very helpful. So briefly allow me to help you move through your body with mindfulness, releasing and relaxing throughout the body. Bringing your awareness to the back of your neck and into your shoulder area. Relaxing, softening the back of the neck and into the top of your shoulders. Down through both arms, through the upper arms, the elbow, the forearms, and even relaxing your wrists and your hands. Soften the whole back body. Feel the support you've offered. Let your body relax more deeply into that support. Soften and relax the whole back body. Soften your abdominal wall. Soften the belly. Relax into the pelvis, the pelvic bowl. Down through your right leg, the knee, the calf, into the ankle and foot. Down through your left leg, the knee, the calf, the ankle and foot. Feel again the rhythm of your slow, deliberate breath. Maybe I should say your slow, easy breath. Stay committed though. Stay committed to noticing your breath. Sometimes we have to use techniques. You might start counting again. You might use a mantra because you know this will help. This will help me. I want to stay connected to my breath. It's a good technique. It's not an apology you owe anybody. It's a good technique when you discover it. Nice and easy now. The loving kindness meditation is a 4-part prayer offering safety, happiness, good health, and peace or ease in the body. So we're going to begin with ourselves. Let's take a big breath in and release. And another big breath in and release. May I be safe and protected. May I be happy and at peace. May I be healthy and strong. May I live with ease. Now, let it come to mind people in your life, the circle of friends, loved ones. We'll reference those folks with you. May you be safe and protected. May you be happy and at peace. May you be healthy and strong. May you live with ease. And finally, we're going to reference people we do not know. And we know, and there's people out there that we do not like. Let's reference all of those people when we say, may they be safe and protected. May they be happy and at peace. May they be healthy and strong. And may they live with ease. And simmer now, just simmer as you breathe in and out into what it feels like to be safe, what it feels like to be happy, what it feels like to be healthy, what it feels like to live with ease. Now keep your eyes closed. Stay with me though. I want you to turn the corners of your mouth into a smile. Feel the smile in your face, smile of your mouth, and feel what that feels like in your body. Can you feel the brightening of your experience? The brightening that a smile offers. Stay there a minute. Remind yourself how easy and simple it would be to brighten the lives of someone, ourselves included, by offering a smile on purpose for that very reason, to brighten. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale it out of your mouth, the sigh. You can keep breathing that way as you start to introduce movement back into your body. Another transitional time. Big breaths, start to move. We want our feet back at the floor. We want to come back to a place of right alignment, holding your body upright and strong. All right, let's sync up our breath. Inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale, bow at your own heart. Inhale up. And when we exhale, put that smile back on. Let's brighten the community. Let's send the energy of bright, cheerful goodness. What's wrong with that? Palms come together in the prayer position. We bow to ourselves and we bow to one another. Namaste, my friends. Thank you for joining me. Have a great week. Here we are.